Perpetrators of image-based sexual abuse rely on a specific dynamic: their victim's silence. When a target stays hidden out of shame, the abuser evades legal scrutiny and quietly pockets the illicit profits. In 2020, reality television personality Stephen Bear attempted to exploit this exact dynamic. He secretly recorded a private CCTV video of his ex-girlfriend and uploaded it to his OnlyFans account to generate subscription revenue without her consent. But his victim, fellow reality star Georgia Harrison, refused to play the expected role. She waived her legal right to anonymity, stepping publicly into the spotlight to drag her abuser into a courtroom. By December 2022, a jury found Bear guilty of voyeurism and disclosing private sexual films. The judge handed down a 21-month custodial sentence, immediately sending him to HMP Brixton. That initial time behind bars was only the first step. Over the next 3 years, the UK justice system deployed a 3-part legal demolition designed to systematically strip Bear of his assets, his privacy, and his freedom. The first mechanism used against him was the Proceeds of Crime Act 2002. This legislation exists for a singular purpose: to ensure criminals cannot financially benefit from their offenses. Investigators determined he generated exactly £22,305 in illegal revenue directly from the OnlyFans video, issuing a confiscation order to extract those funds. If Bear fails to pay within 3 months, he incurs an automatic additional 9-month default prison sentence. To ensure he couldn't hide the money or evade the fine, prosecutors secured a £60,000 restraint order against the sale of his home, completely freezing his assets. The Proceeds of Crime Act directly attacks the abuser's financial motive. It removes the profit incentive of digital abuse and routes those funds directly toward victim compensation and police charities. The second mechanism is the Sex Offender Registry. When Bear was released on license in January 2024, he became subject to strict administrative notification requirements for a period of 10 years. He violated these conditions almost immediately. In early 2025, he traveled overseas to Brazil in secret, failing to notify the police of his departure. While abroad, he accumulated further breaches. He acquired a replacement passport and opened 2 new bank accounts, routine administrative actions that he was legally mandated to report to UK authorities, but ignored. Returning to the UK in April 2026, he missed the mandatory window to notify police. He was promptly arrested and hauled into Thames Magistrates Court. The registry functions as an invisible, permanent leash. The moment an abuser attempts to operate in the shadows, mundane administrative failures trigger immediate criminal liabilities. The third mechanism was a restraining order, issued under Section 5.5 of the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. Shortly after his initial release from prison, Bear violated this order. He repeatedly posted victim-blaming content and conspiracy theories about Harrison and her mother, broadcasting his harassment to millions of followers. The Sentencing Council matrix evaluates these offenses, categorizing his actions under Culpability A for persistent breach and Category 1 harm for severe distress. This specific intersection dictated a severe starting point: an immediate return to custody for 16 months. A restraining order removes the abuser's platform by force. It translates online harassment and conspiracy theories directly into quantifiable physical prison time. Stephen Bear currently sits in a prison cell. He has been financially stripped, legally restricted, and faces further court dates for his registry violations. But Georgia Harrison chose a different trajectory. She channeled a highly publicized trauma into a campaign for national systemic change. Her targeted lobbying efforts directly influenced the government's crackdown on image-based abuse, culminating in the passage of the Online Safety Act of 2023. She continues to work with policymakers and government ministers to reform reporting timescales and improve the infrastructure of support for victims of sexual crimes. In the 2025 King's Birthday Honours, her tireless advocacy earned her a Member of the Order of the British Empire for her work on online privacy and violence prevention. Digital abuse is designed to silence and isolate. Yet, as the court records and parliamentary reforms show, the UK justice system possesses the precise mechanisms to completely dismantle an abuser's life when a victim is empowered to stand up and fight back.